My homily for the first Sunday of Lent, the 22nd of February 2026. Lent always begins with Jesus being tempted by Satan after 40 days in the desert. He experienced in his humanity the pull of sin that we're all familiar with. I can resist anything except temptation, as the deathbed Catholic convert Oscar Wilde said. We're all tempted to satisfy ourselves regardless of others. We're all tempted to be at the centre of attention. We're all tempted by power. We want control. They're all linked and at the centre of many of the problems of our world. I'll have that neighbouring country. I'll have its resources. I'll make people do what I want. That description fits a few leaders in our world today. But to some extent it fits us all when our philosophy is me first. If only Adam and Eve hadn't gone astray, as recounted in our first reading. And yet the great Easter proclamation says, "O happy fault, O necessary sin of Adam, that won for us so great a Redeemer." However you understand the story of Adam and Eve, it proclaims great truths. Whatever we're told we can't do, well, that's what we want to do, isn't it? Now, we could have remained in the Garden of Eden, I suppose, innocent like little children, but actually we gained a lot more through the sin of Adam. We gain responsibility and freedom and a Saviour to show us the way to everlasting joy with God. St. Paul spells it out in our second reading. Because of one man's trespass, death reigned. Much more will those who receive the abundance of grace and the free gift of righteousness reign in life through one man, Jesus Christ. Note those words, abundance and free gift. Key elements of how Jesus works. Salvation is ours, there for the taking, unless we freely choose to reject it. So we've heard about the fall now. We've heard about the rescue through Jesus Christ our Saviour. When tempted, Jesus tells us to turn to God. In his word we find life. Don't test him, but love him. And in his service we find fulfilment. This Lent, look at his word. Get out your Sunday missals or take a mass leaflet. It repays prayerful reflection. Pick out key words like free gift and abundance. We all like the sound of that, so we should. It's offered to us all. Another thing we could do for Lent is sing. I've started singing a few of my favourite hymns every day. It's good for the lungs, you know. And of course it's a double prayer, as St. Augustine said. To sing is to pray twice over. What's not to like? I'll just give you a couple of verses here of a favourite little hymn of mine that fits in with the theme of today's Mass. God's amazing love, his abundant mercy. Vaster far than any ocean, deeper than the deepest sea, is the love of Christ my Saviour, reaching through eternity. But my sins, they're truly many. Is God's grace so vast, so deep? Yes, there's grace for sin abounding, grace to pardon, grace to keep. Something you sing in the shower, in the bath, or as you walk along. A hymn of praise to God and thanksgiving for so much that he gives us.